We're back at the World Export Development Forum reporting on the digital trends of the day. And here I have some of the panel members who were on the panel of Powering Digital Transformation with Local Innovation. And we have people from China, from the Philippines, from Senegal, and from the International Trade Center in Geneva. So let me start with you first from China. You have had a chance to do things maybe a little bit differently. You're with HICOOL, and I understand you have a competition every year where you have 16,000 startups competing, and there's also a lot of artificial intelligence applications for business in China. What was the reason behind that? And any advice to anyone else?
I think this year, so totally over the last 4 years, so we have received 16,000 applications from over the world. And this year, AI vertical is the biggest vertical among all applications. It's like 25%. It's because of ChatGPT, because we have seen so many startups, they see the future is coming. The future for the AI startups is coming. And also all the customers, all the companies, all the governments, they want to renew their system. They want to put AI technology in their systems.
Do I understand correctly, the Chinese government, you were telling me about 15 years ago, they started investing heavily in what? In universities and what kind of ecosystem to make things happen for business?
Yeah, sure. I think we the government have realized the importance of AI. So they not only see the current AI technology, they also think the new generation is very important. So they promote the cooperation between the academics and the industries, and also they support the training programs for the new generation, for the new talents.
Thank you. And this is a theme we've been hearing during the day about universities partnering with governments and business to develop what is needed. I'd like to turn to Celeste, who's from the Philippines, and she is dealing with policy and regulations for business process outsourcing, as I understand it. So many people fear that AI is going to mean the death of small businesses. And what do they do? Can they retrain fast enough? Where do they go in this changing world?
Our industry recognizes the importance of AI, and therefore, even early on, many years ago, individual companies have their own initiatives in terms of integrating AI in improving their operations. And therefore, even if AI now is a huge thing, many of the companies are already prepared. But of course, government thinks that many jobs will be taken away from our industry because of AI. But as I mentioned, upskilling and reskilling of people to get ready with jobs of the future have been in the mind of industry for a significantly long time to be able to prepare and maximize the potential of what AI can do to expand or grow our industry.
So would you say for young people who are entering the job market, learn as much as you can, make partnerships as much as you can, because things are going to change all of the time? Because when you talk about upskilling, reskilling, it's not always so easy, especially when you don't have education.
I know upskilling and reskilling, this is something that we have been asking governments help on for many years now. But the skills, of course, have been changing. But because of AI, I guess in terms of the IT-focused courses, these are the ones that we are now looking more closely at so that we have enough number of people to be able to support the needs of our industry and the requirements of our clients.
So no matter what industry you're in, be sure you learn your IT skills. That's what we're hearing. Okay, and Ibrahima, over to you. You have worked in ecosystems in Senegal and beyond. What would you say is the most important thing for people?
Thank you. I think that the most important thing with AI is to think about skills, because it will probably bring many change in job. And if the skills are not updated, probably it will be a challenge. The second challenge will be regulation, because we don't know how fast AI will transform our economy, our society, and also businesses and government. So regulation is the only action you can take to make the speed of transformation in adequacy with the capacity of the economy to handle that new revolution. So I think that there is two main challenges. One is skills, and definitively we have to imagine that the near future of job will change drastically. And secondly is regulation, because it's the only matter you can regulate the speed and also the capacity of your economy to take benefit from this revolution.
Thank you. I'm going to turn to Martin, who was moderating the panel. And if you have any tips on what that means in terms of skills or regulation, particularly for developing countries who are looking at this very closely now.
Thank you, Natalie. So I think it's a very important topic for the countries where we operate as ITC. And we have to be aware that this wave of AI is coming. It's there, and it's going to transform the way we do trade and business. So we already see that you have automation of ports, you have dark factories, you have the possibility of visiting suppliers with virtual reality headsets that are optimized with AI as well. You have retail being impacted by AI, market research, an area where we are very active in as well. So all this is going to be impacted by AI. It's very important to be aware of this. So learn, be aware. And then the importance of regulation, not over-regulating, but also not letting it just to the market. It's very important that we have this also at the level that Senegal is putting it, or China, or the Philippines, where you as a government want to make sure that the country is ready for this new wave. And then reskilling, upskilling, extremely important. The first thing is upskilling. So you have to get people who are going to work with AI, acquire new skills so that they can embrace AI. There is no other option. It's going to happen. So you have to embrace it. And then it's the reskilling. If your industry gets disrupted by AI, you have to look laterally. There is something else you can do. You know, remember in the Middle Ages, the monks that were copying the Bible in Europe. When Gutenberg invented the press, the printing system, it was disrupted this work totally from one day to the other. So you had to adapt. You had to learn the printing trade. And today it's the same thing. So be ready. And you are going to see a lot of opportunities coming with it, because it's also a big growing market for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for talking about digital transformation. We're at the World Export Development Forum, and the coverage will continue today.